All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews. We are back with more Punisher Season 2. We are now up to Episode 4. It's called Scar Tissue. It's really boring. It's one of the things that I thought about in the first run is that there's no Punisher in the Punisher. And there were great moments and they were bad, slow moments, but this so far is really slow. That being said, when the most exciting thing in the episode is when a cop almost accidentally kills another cop, which was surprising. I was like, oh, but that was it. That being said, again, there was some good character development. Some I didn't care about. Some I did. Mostly with Ben Barnes as Billy Russo. But before we get into Billy's performance, we got to talk about this whole thing. This is great. I love this. I love the mask. I think it's a great, it's supposed to represent how he feels on the inside as well as the outside. If this is what his face looked like under the mask, I would be all right, cool. Or even worse, if it was worse under the mask. Instead, he just kind of, look, it's not great. He doesn't, what happened to him, what happened to his face, it doesn't look good. It's scarred up a little bit, But historically speaking, and I hate to be a purist about it, but Jigsaw, his name is Jigsaw because his face looks like a fucking jigsaw. Not like a guy who, maybe put his face through a glass door or something. It's really disappointing, really underwhelming. He just looks like plain old, good-looking Billy, Ben Barnes. And so, if you mean, they gave him the mask, I guess, so that what? So that we would get some version of Jigsaw. So as a purist about the whole thing, I'm a little underwhelmed. Because, like I said, the name Jigsaw is synonymous with because his face looks like a jigsaw puzzle, not because he's got some scars. I've got scars. I don't know what the point of that was, but I don't know. It's just really underwhelming. Also, but that being said, I really like what they do here. We get to see more insight into Billy's psyche. Because he was made, kind of throughout his life, a monster. Now, at some point in all our lives, we make a choice. We make choices, and Billy, he's a psychopath, okay? He may have been made that way. So there are things in his life that you go, okay, that's terrible that happened to you. But then at some point you have to take responsibility. And he's never taken responsibility for anything. So as good as the character development is, because he's an amnesiac. So basically what is going to happen here is he's just going to learn how good he was at being a psychopath. He's going to remember how great killing was. Because he can't remember the Punisher. He doesn't remember Frank and Kurt as, as what they are now to him. He only remembers what they were to him. And so when he goes back to see the guy that raised him and a bunch of other foster kids, he doesn't go there with the intent to kill, but in the end, he makes that choice. The guy proves, and they made it real easy for him too, because, once you're reminded that this guy's a fucking pedo, it doesn't matter what happens to him. Even if Billy's a bad person, this guy's also a bad person, so nobody's gonna, cry over a pedophile getting a fucking stick shoved in his chest. And it was just, they're easy victims here. Like in the beginning of the episode with the guy with the I'm a Dig Bick t-shirt. Like, they go for this really unremorseful, like somebody that you just go, well, take that douchebag out, fine. Same thing here. It's real easy to just attack a pedo. I'm not supporting being good to pedophiles. I'm just saying that the victims that they're choosing here in this are people that you're clearly not going to give a crap about. And then Billy goes and finds the doctor. So they flash back to him talking to her in this scene. And she's on the phone, right? He comes over. He's got blood all over himself. He's in the bathroom. She's about to call the cops. And she flashes back to this scene where he's talking about himself and he being all, introspective. And then, they cut back to them. And, he's like, I wouldn't blame you and blah, blah, blah. And, I want to be my best self. I want you to help me find my best self again. Can I do that? Will we be able to do that? And so she hangs up the phone with the intent of helping Billy become his best self. Now, I cut out a part of that scene to bring it up now. Because clearly she forgot in that quick amount of time between her remembering and him telling her he wants to be his best self, she forgets what he told her what his best self was. His best self was when he was out there killing people. That is what he said. I was quiet and I was killing, and that was when he was his best self. Oh, I mean, yeah, he was with Frank and Kurt and them, doing it, but that's his best self was as a killer. So if this doesn't happen, I'll eat my... I don't know what I'll eat, but I'll eat crow, okay? Because what's going to end up happening is she's going to have this moment, this moment when he turns on her and says, Doc, don't you understand? This is my best self, as he's killing her or somebody else. I'm almost positive that's what's going to happen here. Now, the character stuff was all right, except it's starting to just feel predictable. Ben Barnes is acting the hell out of this, though. I like that. And he can't help the makeup effects, well, maybe he didn't. Maybe he threw a fit when they said, hey, we're going to make your face look like a jigsaw puzzle. And he was like, you're not going to mess this beautiful thing up that bad. So let's get to the other character development here. The other major character development that is supposed to make me feel, just get all in my feels. Ben Barnes' Billy Russo was good character development for a bad person. This is good character development for a person that I don't give a shit about. And I won't, and they can keep trying, but it's just I'm not going to get there. Because she just established herself too hard as this person that I just don't care about. So you find out that the girl that Amy, now I think is her name, is her real name, that she was one of those kids who's been running from something, right? We still haven't heard that part, right? First, before we even get to that, she starts giving Frank the third degree about who he really is. Who are you and what's going on? And it's like, girl, he's been asking you to be straight with him forever since he met you, and you won't give him anything, and you want him to just tell his life story? Like, Jesus Christ. And then she she's touching girls' shit with her bloody hands, all disrespectful. And then, yeah, she does take a shower and she can't get comfortable in the bed because of trauma. And I know you're going to be like, oh, we don't like, if you ever saw that, you'd probably do the same thing or something. It's like, I know, but it's just fucking, I don't care about this girl. I don't care what she went through because she just keeps lying. And she just is just written to be just shitty. If she wasn't such a shitty person all the time, I would give a crap. But she's just shitty all the fucking time. Anytime somebody's trying to be nice to her, she just... So she's like under the bed because this group of kids that she got hooked up with, because she's running from her mystery thing that I'm clear probably has to do with the religious group. And they were running scams for some lady. She went on this, what did they say, like, I don't know, something with a bunch of men hugging and kissing each other, and they took pictures of it. And so they got found out. Her friends all got killed. And she came back and found them all dead. Dude, religious guy comes back, whatever, fake preacher guy, whatever, comes back and she hides in the bed. And that's why she's traumatized, and that's why she wouldn't tell anybody what happened to her. Like, why wouldn't you tell people that are trying to help you? Like, what are you worried about? Like, I understand that she feels like she has a target on her back, but like when people have saved her life, you can tell her obstinance at not telling people doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Maybe it makes sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to me at all. And it just makes her an unlikable character. And of course, she leaves to go search about Frank. And then when she finds out, oh, he's this like super vigilante badass, oh, now it's all good. So I just don't care. I still don't care. I said that whatever they tell me about her, I'm not going to care. I'm just not. And I don't. Frank does, and I don't understand it, because the Punisher I know, if she left and bounced, he'd be like, I don't fucking care. She's on her own now. This Frank is touchy-feely. And that's fine. That's, this is just an interpretation, whatever. I've got my comic book to read to get my pure fix on it. And I'm not dissing Jon Bernthal, and I'm not dissing his performance. I'm just not that... the character just goes from being cold-blooded killer, Punisher dude that I know, to, hey, why don't you come sit on old Frankie's lap and tell me a story about what happened to you? Just like that. I don't know. And Madani almost killing the other cop, like, when that's the biggest, like, action. Because, they cut away before Billy, like, took out that dude, which I guess is fine. But, that was it. And, I don't know. Like, a lot of character, like I said, 50-50, cared, didn't care. Madani, still don't really care about her. And this other cop, don't care about him. So, yeah, that's all I got, man. I did like a good portion of this. There are times when good character development can make you sit there and not watch, and watch something that should have action and doesn't. But I don't know how much longer I'm going to be like, I keep sitting here going, okay, there's going to be an episode coming up that's going to just really kick it up, and I'm going to be like, yeah. But we have not gotten there. We've had really great moments of really brilliant Punisher. But so far, it's just been a lot of talking. And I love a good conversation, but maybe, like I said, cut down the episode order, make it like 8 episodes, 10 tops. Cut all the meat, all the crust, all the fat off of the episodes. Get to the nitty-gritty. Get to the stuff that makes people want to watch this. One of the reasons why I think, maybe Netflix says that the interest is waning on these shows is because a lot of people find this stuff boring. I can put up with it because I just enjoy this, the Punisher character so much that if they had gotten the Punisher character wrong, like completely wrong, then I wouldn't be watching this. And if Jon Bernthal sucked, I wouldn't be watching this. But anyway, that'll be the last one I do for the night. I'm not going to watch another episode until tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll get to episode 5. So wait until then for the next one. But in the meantime, if you liked this one, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all of that rigmarole. This is Robert Smirking Gun Review saying have a great night. And we'll see you next time.